He learned a long time ago, it wasn't about, for him, it ain't about legacy, it's about currency. And he did exactly what he wanted to do. Right. So you can't be mad at him for that. Oh, I'm gonna say, oh yeah, he the greatest fighter. No, I can't say that.
It gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro. As I've always said, it's hard to make money, but it's even harder to keep it.
You know, Mayweather was, it's been reported, I should say, allegedly, that, he's been, a little upside down on some of his taxes and some of his properties. And he needed to come back and fight and take care of that. Well, he got some cheese from that advancement. I'm pretty sure he took care of that. Oh, he's chilling. Now he's saying to himself, I'm damn 50 years old. I ain't trying to fight.
The boxing world is buzzing after Floyd Mayweather Jr. was reportedly fined $100 million by Netflix for an alleged contract breach after labeling his rematch with Manny Pacquiao as an exhibition.
It's financially, but something is off. Something's completely off because you got one person saying, it's a real fight. You got the promotion saying, this is a real fight. You got Floyd Mayweather saying, no, this is an exhibition. There's two things that are happening here. Either somebody messed up in paperwork or in communication or in some form of getting this fight together.
Timothy Bradley Jr. has suggested that Floyd Mayweather Jr. may have already used the advance payment he received from Netflix to settle outstanding debts. He added that now that the money is in hand, Mayweather may no longer be interested in taking part in serious competition.
But they're choosing to do what he's going to do what he's doing. I don't think Mayweather is afraid. I don't think he's afraid. No, I don't. Sorry, I don't. Come on. Barrios, he's not afraid of Pacquiao. Trust me, he's not. But the thing I want to make you guys aware of is that when you get these advancements, you can put a non-refundable tag on these advancements. You can do that. Now, I don't know if Mayweather did that, but you can. You can put a non-refundable attachment on this and be like, all right, hey, I need an advancement for training. I need $3-4 million or whatever for training expenses. And if they agree to say yeah, and he put in a contract that is non-refundable.
Oscar de la Hoya has also claimed that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s comeback is driven purely by financial pressure, arguing that fighters like him often mismanage wealth and eventually end up broke. He suggested that Mayweather is now pursuing money through exhibition bouts rather than focusing on preserving his boxing legacy.
You think you need money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can't spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I doubt he'll ever step into that ring. Floyd's a big freaking.
He called Canelo the easiest win of his career.
Yeah, because he was 21 years old.
Right.
Of course. If I fought Ryan Garcia, who's 19 years old.
Zab Judah, a former professional boxer and one of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s notable opponents, suggested that Mayweather's comeback is driven by promotional strategy and hype building for a blockbuster event.
I don't know his business, but somehow he's saying it did. I mean, well, he didn't say that. I'm just saying I don't know how he didn't catch on that this is the real deal Holyfield.
Do you think it could be possibly a publicity stunt to give some type of push to the promotion? I mean, I don't know, like when the announcement came out, I don't know if people really too ecstatic for it.
I mean, yeah, it's something that you would, you can use to your advantage to try to push the fight. It'll let people, it'll get ears and eyes on the fight for people that didn't know the fight was happening. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
Because as a consumer looking in, you're like,
listen, man, I'm a fan of both guys, and I just want to watch.
Zab Judah argues that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is now more focused on entertainment business opportunities, and maximizing financial gain through high-profile exhibition bouts.
Like, what's the complaint? What's the problem here? Like, what are you scared of? Because is it your O? Is it your losing that O? Could be that it?
Of course. That's what it's all come down to. I mean, the O is like a 800 credit score. Globally, universally. You walk around with an 800 credit score with the O. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the O brings. It brings an 800 credit score for wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Floyd he's done a great job with that. Great job. So of course he's gonna, you know, show the roll on that O. I ain't mad at him. Smart guys.
According to Boxing Insiders, both camps signed contracts for an official match. However, Floyd Mayweather Jr. later referred to the bout as an exhibition, sparking backlash from Manny Pacquiao's team and raising legal concerns.
When last week he did an interview and said that it's not going to be a real fight, it's going to be an exhibition and not necessarily going to be at the Sphere. And Max, that really puzzled me because this wasn't just reporting. Netflix, a multi-billion-dollar company.
Max Kellerman has suggested that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s decision to label his comeback bout as an exhibition rather than a fully sanctioned professional fight may be a calculated move to preserve his undefeated 50-0 record.
He fought Tavares Cloud, good light heavyweight, beat him easy, right? And he was like 49, and his body still looked like Hopkins. Then he came back a year or so later, and he fights Joe Smith. His body didn't look the same. You know, Hopkins had a Spartan training regimen. He doesn't put anything in his body. He's a temple. He eats right. He trains right. He
don't drink.
He doesn't. But his body looked, by the way, I'm 52. I can tell you, it looks different after a little bit. Even when you're trying to get in shape, just the muscles look a little different. And Joe Smith knocked him out of the ring and stopped him, right? Floyd, maybe, I'm just speculating, but maybe he says this because he gets in the gym and he's like, Floyd's what, 49 and change. He's almost 50. Maybe he's right up against that thing where it's like, man, my body's not responding the same way.
Right.
Max, they're grandpops.
They old.
Grandpops.
That looks like he got a little more than 10.
What I'm saying,
he's a little younger. Pacquiao's a little younger.
Roy Jones Jr. has argued that Floyd Mayweather Jr. changed the mindset of boxing by promoting the idea of maximizing earnings, even if it comes at the expense of legacy and long-term value in the sport. According to Jones, Mayweather's approach showed fighters that financial gain could take priority over traditional greatness, championship pursuits, and taking risks in major fights. He believes this shift has contributed to a decline in the overall excitement and competitive spirit of boxing, as more athletes now focus on protecting their records and chasing high-paying exhibition bouts instead of engaging in legacy-defining fights that elevate the sport's global reputation.
Defeated, waiting to the right time to fight Pacquiao, finding the right people to fight at the right time, he monopolized the business. But the problem was, it only made him money and the people he was fighting. It didn't make money for the whole sport. So what he did himself a great job, but it hurt the sport. Because not everybody wants to fight, stay undefeated. You understand me? Me, it's like when two guys get here, they gotta meet. No, wait. They was here 5 years ago. They should have met. You understand me? Because now,
Robert Garcia reacted to Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s announced return and the anticipated rematch with Manny Pacquiao, emphasizing the importance of fair and proper financial compensation for both fighters. He expressed hope that beyond the excitement and global attention surrounding the event, Mayweather and Pacquiao would receive earnings that truly reflect their status, legacy, and the scale of the fight. Garcia noted that when two of boxing's greatest legends step back into the ring, the bout becomes more than just a sporting contest. It turns into a major cultural and commercial moment in boxing history. He stressed that while fans often focus on the spectacle, promotion, and rivalry, equal importance should be placed on ensuring both athletes are treated fairly from a financial perspective. In his view, proper payment is essential to honoring their contributions to the sport, adding that fairness and respect should remain central to any high-profile boxing event involving icons of this level.
No, it's not pay-per-view. Yeah. Netflix, would do good. 200 million people, 150. Good thing Netflix is getting involved, man. It's putting up a lot of money for the guys. Yeah. If Mayweather Pacquiao, they're gonna make a couple $100 million each. I think so. Good for them. As they should. Good for them. But you told me today, even without knowing, you knew it was coming. Both having an exhibition, you know, yeah. That's the way it looked like. So that was done? September 19th?
September 19th.
September, the Mexican Day weekend?
Yeah, in the Sphere, nonetheless. That's that round thing.
But isn't Canelo fighting on that day?
No, he's fighting in Saudi on the 12th.
Yeah, but Mexico versus, oh, that's right.
So this is a week after.
In the Sphere?
Yeah.
That's big time.
Yeah, it's very few seats in there.
Yeah, that's big time.
The game will break records. I'm sure it's going to be major.
Yeah, because I heard that's just...
Analysts and boxing observers believe that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s recent return to boxing may point to deeper financial concerns that have developed over the past few years. Reports of unpaid taxes, legal disputes, and multiple lawsuits have fueled speculation that, despite earning over $1 billion during his career, his post-retirement finances may not be as stable as once believed because of these ongoing issues. Some analysts argue that his decision to step back into the ring and potentially risk his perfect record is not just about legacy or entertainment, but could also be driven by financial pressure. They suggest that a fighter with nothing left to prove would be unlikely to risk an undefeated status unless the circumstances were serious.
Coming back to fight Manny Pacquiao, I mean, it made dollars, so sure, it makes sense. But for him to put his pro record on the line means this is really bad for Floyd. Well, turns out it could be as bad as we thought or potentially worse because Floyd Mayweather came out, 5 days ago now. I'm a little bit late to this story, but I wanted to make sure I had all the information. He came out 5 days ago and said that this fight isn't a pro fight. Even though it's announced that way, Netflix, the whole thing, all the promotion being pro fight, it has not apparently been that to Floyd Mayweather, and this is what he had to say about it.
The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about, so we don't know if it's 100% going to be there, and this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition.
Okay.
Ooh. So we're going to do it again and hopefully.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has come under increased scrutiny following reports about his ongoing $340 million lawsuit, which he filed against Showtime networks and former executives over alleged misappropriation of fight earnings. According to the lawsuit, Mayweather claims that a significant portion of his career income was improperly diverted through financial channels managed by his former advisors and associated parties, leaving him short of hundreds of millions of dollars he believes he is owed. The legal filing further alleges that earnings from some of his biggest fights, including major events against Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor, were routed into accounts controlled by intermediaries rather than being fully transferred to him, raising accusations of breach of fiduciary duty and financial misconduct.
A Showtime Sports for hundreds of millions of dollars that he claims are unaccounted for. Let's go ahead and break it down and give you all the details about what's going on. What's up, everybody? Marcos Viegas here for Fight Up TV. And you know Floyd Mayweather as probably the richest and one of the most dominant boxers in the history of the sport. But now, Floyd is stepping into the courtroom to fight for money he claims that he was never paid, and he wants justice on his terms. So let's talk details. Let me tell you about the lawsuit. On February 3rd, 2026, Floyd Mayweather filed a lawsuit in California against Showtime Networks and Steven Espinoza, claiming they helped his former advisor, Al Heyman, misappropriate a huge chunk of his fight earnings to the tune of $340 million. Mayweather says the money is still missing and unaccounted for, and he's now suing Showtime and Espinoza for aiding and abetting breach of fiduciary duty, civil conspiracy to commit fraud. Ooh, that's a serious accusation there. Conversion, unjust enrichment, and he's seeking punitive.
Meanwhile, Logan Paul's recent allegations have added more fuel to the already growing controversy. Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s 2021 exhibition bout with Logan Paul remains one of the most talked about crossover events in boxing, but it has also become increasingly controversial long after the final bell. The fight, which reportedly generated over 1 million pay-per-view buys and attracted massive global attention, was widely regarded as a commercial success despite having no official winner or competitive stakes. However, Paul has since claimed that he is still owed $1.5 million from the event, alleging that Mayweather's side of the promotion included a pre-sale deal with an overseas company that was never fully reflected in his payout. According to Paul, his contract entitled him to a share of that agreement, but he says he never received the full amount owed to him.
As you'd think, fighting Floyd.
Did you get paid from that?
He still owes me $1.5 million, maybe more.
How does he owe you the money? Why don't you just like...
Here's what happened. He pre-sold the fight using my likeness to some company in, I think, Dubai or like the Middle East. This is my understanding of it, for $10 million cash. We ended up doing the fight in the States with a different company. That is the company that put on the fight. That is the company that paid me. But he sold our fight with my name and likeness to someone else in Dubai for $10 million cash. It's our fight.
Floyd out here scamming Dubai royalty is crazy. This is a story I also heard from Gervonta Davis when he said that Floyd owed the people in Dubai money. He scammed some person, some business person, some...
Teddy Atlas has expressed concern over what he has troubling signs in Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s current situation, suggesting that the legendary boxer may be dealing with personal and financial difficulties. Atlas hinted that Mayweather's frequent participation in exhibition-style bouts could be connected to excessive gambling habits and questionable financial choices outside the ring. He added that it is disappointing to see a boxing icon of such stature potentially facing these issues, especially considering his unmatched success and earnings during his professional career. According to Atlas, this shift away from competitive boxing toward money-driven exhibitions shows how even the greatest athletes can struggle with managing wealth and life after reaching the peak of their success.
The world out there, and I understand putting yourself in that position. If he put himself in that position, some people will say, you know, he's suing now because of his gambling habits, which was not hidden, it was not a secret. He would post, not Teddy Atlas talking about anything that wasn't out there. He would post some of his tickets, his betting tickets that he bet, and they were large bets. And so some people say, oh yeah, like you said, he was Mayweather, Money Mayweather, and now he's suing because he went through his money, he blew his money, whatever. Look, I don't know what the truth is fully in
response to growing criticism, Floyd Mayweather Jr. shared his perspective on wealth, explaining that his frequent talk about money does not define him as a negative person. He said that, for him, money is simply a tool that allows him to live a fulfilling life and enjoy the freedom to explore a wide range of experiences. Mayweather believes that financial independence gives him the power to shape his own happiness and chase opportunities that many people may never have access to. This mindset, he explained, is what drives his unconventional approach to business and investment decisions. He also admitted that his financial strategy often involves taking significant risks. Mayweather said he prefers to earn money and reinvest it into ventures that many people may not fully understand. While he sees this approach as a path to innovation, he acknowledged that it often leads to failure. In fact, he estimated that nearly 90% of his investments do not succeed, but he continues to take bold risks in pursuit of rare, high-reward outcomes.
You really learned about money is, you said in real estate, you got to know what to do on a small scale first.
Yes.
And then you went big. And is that because you don't want to take massive risks because you want to be smart with your money?
Well, you don't go out there and work extremely hard for so many years and then take every dime you got and just put it into something that you don't know about.
Well, a lot of people do, don't they? I mean,
and a majority of the time you get bad results. 90% of the time you get bad results. Just like boxing. I've gotten great results because I took my time. So even like my investments, take my time, gradually move slow, and...
What do you think? Will Floyd step up and take on a real fight, or will he hold back?